Let's go ahead and get this party started. All right. Okay, so the last broadcast ended, and I'm glad that it did because we probably needed to start with a new broadcast. So let's go ahead and get everything up and running so that we can get live on these other platforms. I'm about to send a notification out to the text notification squad. All right. So, wow, I had an epiphany. And I think this is part of the reason that we did that broadcast, right? Here, let me go ahead and start getting all of this stuff together. Hmm. All right, welcome in. All right, welcome. I'm just getting it together. If you're part of the text notification squad, you're about to get the link. All right. So, I had something dawned on me after the broadcast ended. Something dawned on me. Something dawned on me. Oh my goodness. Something dawned on me. I'm getting the link right now, and then we're going to get live on these other platforms. So, this is why it's important for you to be on the text notification squad so that you can be able to get a link when we go live. Let me do my hashtag TKO text squad. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead, go next and send now. All right. So the text notification is on its way. And then let me just go ahead and send the notifications on the free notifications. Wow. You know what? I'm stunned. I'm stunned because I just had to ask myself a question and I had an epiphany after I asked myself the question. And so I'm like, wow, I needed to come back live and do this because I finally get it. I understand. I understand. I understand. So that has been sent. Let me send out. And if you want to be a part of the text notification squad, it is $1.99 a month plus fees or $22 for the year, or international $4.99 a month, or $50 for the year. So let's go ahead and get the live alert sent out. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and get live on the other platforms. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, whew. It's still early in the morning, but we're doing it back to back. We are live on Twitch, Twitter. Trying to get live on Facebook. All right, we're live on Facebook and we are live on LinkedIn. All right. All right, wonderful. Wonderful. All right, so let's talk. The question is, do men love us? That's the question. I had an epiphany after our last broadcast. You know, listen, I had an epiphany. So I actually, I want to see how many men we have in the house, right? So let's see. We got our Twitcher in the house. Welcome. All right, so the text notification has gone out, right? I actually have a question. I want to see how many men we have in the building, right? So we got a new connection on Facebook, YouTube, all of that. And so people are just coming in. I'm your host, Tonya TKO. I'm a self-love specialist from TonyaTKO.com. I help you learn how to love yourselves and one another. And we just finished doing a broadcast about whether or not men in the manosphere took accountability and what they took accountability for. Do they take accountability for anything? So that was the question that we had in the last broadcast. And so at the tail end of the broadcast, the I went to go check the apples, and the broadcast, we got bumped off air. We were talking about men, and after it, and as the broadcast ended, because there was a person who had a comment on the screen that was like, oh, but Black men love us. And I do believe by and large that well, I did believe, right? I did believe that Black men loved us. And I think that I have been confused because when we think about what love is, right? And I think the issue is much larger than just Black men. So I'm going to open up the phone lines because I want to. Oh man, I messed up my hashtags for the video. I want us to have the conversation. If we have any men in the house right now, if you're a man in the house, I want you to put up the number 2. If you're a man, I want you to put up the number 2. So go ahead, put up the number 2. I want to see if we have any men in the house because I want to have a conversation with men because the question is, do men love us? And that is the question because men will say, that they do. So I want to know. So a Stefan is a man. Let's see. If you want to talk about the last topic, go to that video. You can type in the comments. The Dope Conversation podcast is male. Willie is male. Ronnie, Jonathan, Michael, Marlon. Okay, perfect. I'm going to open up the phone lines. I want men to call in. Do men love women? That's the question. I want men to answer this, right? Here. So we in the building. I want men to answer this question. Phone number is 323-488-3149. That's the telephone number. 323-488-3149. And the phone lines are open. I want a man to call in, and I want to hear your point of view. Do men love women? Do men love us? That is the question. That is the question. All right. So, so phone lines are open. Men, come forward. Come forward, men. Come forward. Oh, I am tired, and I should have used the ladies' room before I came back on live because I do have to use the bathroom because I've been drinking all this water and it's first thing in the morning. But you know what? This broadcast needed to happen because I needed to do the last broadcast and I needed to have the stance that I had in the last broadcast and the broadcast ended at the perfect time because as it ended, this is when I asked myself the question and then I had an epiphany. So, phone lines are open. Men, we're waiting. I'm waiting for you. Well, while we're waiting, let me go ahead and read the apples that came through on the last broadcast because we didn't get a chance to read them. All right. Traquise sends in 333 and says, appreciate you and your content with the heart eyes. Thank you. Sharon says $5 and says, love your show. Thank you. Aisha sends $5. Thank you, Aisha. Angeline sends $1.10 and says, for that face. That was when I was talking to Carlos on the last broadcast. Yes, I am sends $1 and says, for keeping your cool, compassion, kindness. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tika sends 888 and says, do Black men love us enough to marry us in large numbers? So thank you. Shireen sends, she must have sent I don't know what she sent, maybe 350 because they're sent in pounds sterling. So she says, you're a diamond heart. My first Cash App. Love you from the UK. First Cash App. You got a song, my dear? Oh, that's not the right song. Hold on. You got a little Caribbean soul. Hey, thank you for the first Cash Apple. I appreciate that. Thank you. You know what? Since we have a little time, let me bust a little wine for you. Let's see. Let's bust a little wine for Shireen and her first Cash Apple. Come on, let me get the hips in motion. Come on. Hey. Thank you for the apples. Thank you. I'm waiting for a call. Hey. So the question is, do men love us? And I want some men to call in, but no men are calling in. And we know that there are men on the broadcast because they put up their number twos. So what's going on? Hey, so come on, talk to me. What's happening? What's happening? 323-488-3149. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name's Mike from Atlanta.
Hey, Mike from Atlanta. Talk to me. Welcome on the line. Do men love women?
All day.
Okay, wonderful. What is it that men love about women?
Well, I think it's more of a natural thing. Men are naturally drawn to women. I mean, obviously, the physicality, the being able to talk to a woman about her issues, being able to hold a woman, being able to share that time with her, those type of things. Laugh, those things.
Okay. So men love women because of the physicality. That was the first thing. What do you mean by
Well,
physicality?
what I mean is that men are naturally drawn to women because they're naturally attracted to women, but also like being in your space, the femininity, the other qualities as well. But the first thing that draws us in is that you're a woman that we're attracted to women. That's the first thing off top. And after that, we're looking for the mental, the do I get along with you? Do I enjoy your company?
Okay. So you said, hold on, I'm going to get a notebook so I can write this stuff down because I want to stay on top of it, right? So here, I have a notebook right here. Okay. Actually,
Okay.
that's my work notebook. Hold on. Okay. So, all right. So let's go over your list again. Let me just get a blank page up. So you said absolutely men love women. The first thing you named is physicality. So go ahead. Physicality, what else?
Well, obviously, once that's established, you're talking about in terms of a relationship. Once that's
I'm
established, you
talking
want to
about women
see if
in
they would.
general. So I'm talking about, do men love women? Mm-hmm.
Okay, men do love women. Men love women. Just because
Mm-hmm.
we're all human, we're all part of the same
So you
race.
said
I mean, we all look.
physicality. You said
Go ahead.
physicality. Go ahead. What was the second thing you said?
I think I love the mental aspects of being around a woman. I like talking to women, like being around them. Like to better connect with them on a mental level, in conjunction with the normal physical attraction that men do have for women.
Okay, so when you talk
So,
about so the physicality is the way a person looks, their body, that type of thing, right?
right.
And then you
But
said
there also be
talking to about what?
well, just life. I mean, like how we're talking right now. I'm enjoying talking to you right now. We're just talking and trying to work things out between us.
Okay, so talking to, okay, and then um does anybody remember the four things that he named when he first called in, because that was the first thing that he named and I only got, and so the physicality was one.
The
So
mental
it
connection.
I,
Go ahead. Uh-huh.
yeah, I think that this is something that you're adding second time around, unless that was one of the the latter things that was on your last list. So so you said being drawn to women. Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right. So let's talk about this. So the physicality of it, talking to, what is it that you enjoy talking to women about?
Well, it's fun. I enjoy getting their ear on relationships. What are
Hold
their
on, hold on,
views
hold on,
on it?
hold on. I'm
Me
sorry.
too.
Somebody just came up with the things that you said. You said physicality, femininity, and holding conversation. Physicality, let me cross these off. Physicality, femininity, and holding conversations. Okay. All right. So the look of a woman, her femininity, right? So what is it that you love about the femininity of women?
Well, that's a little more harder to kind of break down. Um, well, I just like, I mean, the femininity. That's more of the. I mean, in other words, I want to feel like I'm talking to a woman, not talking to a man. Like right now, I feel like I'm talking to a woman. I'm not talking to a man. You know, I'm talking to a woman about your issues, about what your needs are. Just being in your space when you smell good, you look good, you smell good. But even if you don't look a certain way, you know, I can still have an enjoyable conversation with you and connect on a mental level with you.
Okay, so the things that you love. Hold on. Did you just hear me sneeze?
Yes, you did. You got a good one.
When a person sneezes, what is the typical in our culture to say?
Oh, I don't know.
When a person sneezes, you don't know what we typically say? And you said you from
Oh,
where?
bless you. We do say bless you. People say bless you when you sneeze. That's right.
And you said you from where?
I'm from LA, but I moved to Atlanta.
That's how they raised you in Atlanta and LA? Hmm.
I just missed it. I mean, my fault.
Okay. No, you said you heard me. Okay. So nonetheless,
I
so the femininity, being in our space, holding convos, right?
right.
The
The
physicality of a
basics, right.
woman. So yeah, so the things it sounds like the things that you like about women are things that you are able to benefit from personally. So you like being in the space with a woman's femininity because our femininity is of course nurturing. Our femininity is healing. Our femininity is soothing. So you like coming into contact with that. You like being in the space with women because you get to come into contact with that healing essence.
Right.
So the things that benefit you, the things that you like to receive from women is what you like about women.
Uh, I mean, it's not necessarily about quote
Hold on, I'm
receiving
sorry.
something.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
First person in the block party of the day, Ari, whatever your name is, we do not call women misogynistic slurs on my channel. Like bitch, hoe, slut. We don't call women those names over here. So you're gone. As simple as that. So back to you. Back to you. So the things that you like about women are what benefits you, what you can take from women, what you can receive from women is what you enjoy.
I mean, I would characterize it as taking or using or something like that, or taking advantage. I wouldn't say it in that way. I mean, but in general, I mean, being around women is better than being around men to some respects. You know, it depends on what we're talking about or what the activity
In
is.
what
But in
ways is in
general, I
what
mean,
ways is being around women better than being around men?
well, it's a different kind of conversation. You know, it's more fun sometimes being around them more so than it is being around men. You know,
In what way?
but then again, it's different. It's just a different thing as far as just you get to learn. I guess you're able to gain knowledge or try to learn
Gain
something from a
knowledge.
woman.
Hmm.
Right,
So,
gain knowledge and learn things by
hmm
being around women, by talking to
hmm
women.
yeah.
Because
So,
I
question.
date women. So I
Of
like being
course,
around. Go ahead. Mhm.
of course, of course, you date women. So, how do you show your love for women? You said you love women. How do you show your love for women?
In general, in the people in my life, if they need someone to talk to, I'm there. If they need someone to keep it real with them, I'm there. You know, if someone I know needs help, I'm there. Financially, if someone needs a little something, then I'll help them out in that capacity by being there for someone, by being straight up with them. Someone asks me a question, I try to be real with you. So I give them
Okay.
something that maybe They might not be able to get for someone they're dating who's trying to get the draws. They're trying to maybe finesse their ways into their life. I'm saying, well, no, I'm gonna say whatever it is that you want, that you may not want to hear. So
Okay.
that's what are some
So
things.
so you show your love for women by giving them money, advice,
No,
and I'm sorry, what?
yeah, I mean helping them. I mean, it's helping someone they need help. Helping them in terms of having someone to talk to, in terms of if they need a little bit of help in their financially a little bit. If I can do it, then I would do that. Yes.
How many of the women that you help with money are women that you're not having intercourse with or never had intercourse with or don't want to have intercourse with?
I've done that here and there. I've done that here and there, but it's not like an everyday thing. It's
Give
not
me a
like you can always.
percentage. Give me a percentage. If you have given money to women, how many times in your life have you given money to women?
Quite a few times. Quite a
How
few.
many
I mean,
times? A
a lot.
hundred? 100?
Probably less than 100. Less than 100.
50?
I put it more at 50, 60. So I put it somewhere around there.
Okay, so let's
I
keep it
put it.
even number at 50. Out of the 50 times, how many of those times were to a woman that you've never had intercourse with, had no intentions of having intercourse with, um, was not trying to have intercourse with, and wasn't related to? How many of those women were fell into that category?
Most women that I've kind of been there for are women that I've dated or used to date.
Out of the 50, how many of the women
Right.
that you gave money to out of the
All,
50? Let's use
all,
numbers.
all 100% of the women that I've been friends with and helped out here and there were women that I more or less dated or used to date or not dating
Okay.
anymore.
Okay. So it sounds like the love that you extend to women really is an extension of what it is that you are receiving from the women, whether you're getting sex or their feminine energy, or able to absorb and use the women for their gifts, receive the gifts from the women, their femininity, their vagina, their body, whatever it is, right? Okay. All right.
I
Well, we
would I
appreciate.
would I would frame it in the terms of using somebody, because I mean, right now, let's say I just moved to Atlanta just recently, so I can't walk up to a random and say, "Hey, can we just be friends and talk on the phone?" Or I mean, it's not that simple to establish those
Okay,
kind
well
of
then let's
wholesome
let's
friendships.
not get let's not get stuck on the word use. Let's just use receive then. Things that you were receiving or benefiting. You were benefiting from these relationships with vagina, her conversation, her feminine energy, her feminine essence. You were receiving and benefiting from these things, and that is what you love. Okay, thank you. Thank you for calling in. I
It was
appreciate it.
more, wow.
No, we want to open. Oh, what more was there to say? We stayed on the phone for at least 10 minutes, I'm sure. All right, phone lines are open. We want to hear from the next man. And so the Dope Conversation podcast is saying that's the way it is. We both use each other. Why, since you got such dope conversations, why don't you call in? Call in. Call in. We are live right now and we're going to read the apples on the ear. There's a lot of people here who want to hear from the men. Listen, there are 300 people on YouTube, 90 people on Facebook. If each person sent $1 through Cash App, then it would be a support to the show. If each person sent $1, the Cash App is $ Tanya TKO. So go ahead, and while we're waiting for the next call, go ahead and get those Cash Apples in. I want to see 3 more Cash Apps. Come through. Come through. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name's Lewis. I'm calling from Alabama.
Hi, let me just write this down. Lewis from Alabama. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to put you on a brief hold and then we're going to come right back to you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, so we're waiting for those 3 cash apps, and then we're going to hear from Lewis, right? It's not Tanya TKO, it is Tonya TKO. It is $Tony TKO. That is that right there. Why is my logo not on the screen? It's supposed to be on the screen. I wonder where it went. It's supposed to be here. All right, so let me see. I'm gonna have to grab it from a different area. There we go. Okay, so I'm waiting for those 3, and then we're going to get to Lewis and take his call. So let me put it's on the screen as it's passing by. It's you see it right here, TONYA TKO. That's how you spell my name. It is a verified page on Cash App. So make sure that I'm looking for the here. Let me see, where's this right here? All right, here we go. It's in here. There it is. Here. Copy, and then let's get to the right screen. All right. So I'm sure you all want to get to the next call. So let's go ahead and get these things. There we go. So there is my logo. So we have that right there on the screen. All right. Let's just grab this call. All right. Hey, Lewis.
Yes.
All right. Perfect. So thank you so much for holding. You said that you are from Alabama. So thank you for calling in.
Yes.
So you love women?
Yes, I love the essence of women. I love everything about a female, but
About a
for
female?
some reason,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Uh-huh. Everything about a female. Uh-huh. All right. So go ahead. And you said for some reason.
yeah, it's just like I guess with my uh worldview of things, like I like to share knowledge with females, but it seems like in today's era, like females like they reject knowledge. I don't know why, but
So women are stupid. You love women, but women are stupid. They reject knowledge. A person who rejects knowledge is a dummy, right?
I mean, I don't know if to say they're a dummy. It's just like I don't know.
They're
I
ignorant. They're
noticed it's like,
stupid. What is a person
huh?
who rejects knowledge? A person who rejects knowledge is what? What type of person rejects knowledge?
Um, I don't really have a word for it. I mean, they could be. Um, I can say they could be ignorant to a point,
Okay,
but
ignorant. Okay, okay. So you called in to talk about what it is that you love about women. And so number 1 is you love the essence of women. 2, you love everything
hmm
about a female. And 3, they're ignorant.
no, I won't put it all to that point where to say that they're ignorant. I'm saying with the essence of a female that I like about it, but I like to be able to be in the presence, but at the same time, I like to share knowledge
Let's
with.
hold on. Hold on. I listen. Let's talk for a moment. Okay?
Mhm.
Number 1, you said you like the essence. What do you consider the essence? What is that? Talk to me.
Um, let's see, how can I put this in words? The essence is the feminine energy
Feminine energy. Okay. So you like the feminine
yeah,
energy. What is the feminine energy?
that what's represent the feminine energy is the way the female carries herself that attracts
Attracts.
me as a
Okay.
male. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
Okay. So question for you. What is the difference between a female and a woman?
Well, well, the difference between I said between a female and a woman carries herself in a certain aura than just from just a normal female would.
Okay, so
Uh,
in what aura does a woman carry herself that a normal female does not?
for one, she will respect herself,
Okay, so she respects herself. Okay, what else?
and she respect others.
And respect
I
others.
mean,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
because in today's era, the females now they don't have respect. It's like they put out so much negative energy, and just
Okay.
because they're
So the
female, they feel
negative
like they can get
energy,
away with it.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about this real quick. So you
Hmm.
said that you love everything about a female. What is a female?
Hmm.
A female is someone who what? The difference between a female and a woman. You told us the woman, so what is the female? You said the female is negative. What else? And
No, I'm not
ignorant.
saying the female's negative. It's just that it's the
I need you to stay with me because the calls can get very long if we don't stay streamlined.
okay, yeah, I
A
feel you.
female, describe a
Okay,
female to me. Because you said
okay,
that you know that there's a difference between a woman and a female, so describe a female to me.
okay. A female is the opposite of a male that we know, but most females have sort of masculine like energy.
So a female has masculine type energy. Uh-huh.
Yes,
Okay, and what else?
and they don't play the typical role of what a woman should be
Okay,
or
typical
how she
role.
should carry
Okay.
herself.
Okay, so she don't carry and what does that mean? Tell me more so I can understand.
Okay, like well, traditionally the female is supposed to be nurturing. She's supposed to be passionate,
Uh-huh.
understanding,
Mm-hmm.
feminine. In
Okay.
today's era, some females are not even feminine no more.
Okay.
Uh,
So let's talk because I can imagine the list is probably long. You
mhm.
said that you love everything about a female.
Well, a woman rather.
That's not what you said, and you said it over and over and over again. So are you saying that you use the word female for woman
Yes. Mhm.
and you use the word woman for female?
Yeah, they interchange.
Okay, so then the ways that you feel about a female is the same ways that you feel about a woman.
No, I was just describing the two different types of women, basically, or females, rather.
Right, right.
Hmm.
It seems as if you don't really like women at all. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like you have
No,
a lot of feelings. It seems like you may be attracted to women. You may like the feminine essence that women have to give that they exude, but you yourself, you feel that females is they ignorant, they masculine, they not nurturing or understanding. They don't like to listen to knowledge. So it doesn't really seem like you like women.
I do like women. Yes, I believe that.
What is
I like
it?
women, but
But what?
I guess I don't know. It's like in this time frame of today's society, it's like everything done changed. It's like um,
I'm asking you the question right
mhm.
now on the phone live. We are
Yeah.
speaking in a time right now. We're not in the
Yeah.
past and back to the future and having some conversation on an old high school stage with a 50s band. We aren't doing that. We are
Okay.
having a conversation today. You said that you love everything about a female, and in the next sentence, start talking about all the things that you don't like about a female. And then you said that you understand that there's a difference between women and females, but that you interchange the term women and females, and at the same way that you feel about women, you feel about females, and vice versa. And then now you're talking about in this climate today that what? That it's not it's difficult for you to like women in this climate. So then what is it that you
No.
do like?
Yeah. I mean, I love a woman that's knowledgeable, that's respectful.
What is it that you like about women besides vagina? Besides what's between her legs or her healing feminine energy? What is it that you like about women?
Oh, I love a woman that's knowledgeable. I love a woman that's knowledgeable. That that she has a mental aspect where she's not ratchet.
How is it that you show your love for women? What do you do to show your love for women?
Um, I have to say that I respect women and I protect women.
Who do you
Um,
protect?
the women that's in my life. I have a daughter.
So you said you
Um,
respect women. In what ways do you respect women?
in every essence, I respect women.
How do you show your respect for women?
Um, like, give me an example, because I mean, I don't know what you mean exactly. Like,
You
how do,
don't know
you
what
know?
you mean. This is your word, sir.
Hmm.
You used that word. What do you mean by the word you used? You said you respect women. How do
Yeah,
you show that respect to women?
by being respectful.
In what way? Give us examples of ways that you respect women.
Mm, let me see. I would say, um, I guess
You
about dealing with the situation. I mean,
you have no example of how you respect women. Not one.
mm,
How do you protect women then?
I mean, by protecting them. I
How?
mean,
Give us an example of protection.
would you repeat that again?
Give us an example of protection. You said you protect women. Give us an example.
Yeah, so let's say, uh, something like a violent altercation could be taking place, and I will intervene. Or
Name a situation. How many violent altercations have you intervened in for women?
uh, within my lifetime, a lot. Um, I mean, it just
How many? Give us a number. How much is a lot?
I mean, for example, like my mother, she was in a horrible domestic. relationship where it was violence all the time,
Okay.
and
So your mother. So of the
hmm
women, how many times have you intervened in violent altercations in your life? Give us a number.
shit, probably 100
100. Of the women
or
that you've
more. Yeah.
intervened with, of the women that you've intervened, how many of them were women that were not related to you or you weren't sleeping with or had no intentions of having intercourse with? Of the hundreds that you've intervened in, how many? What's that number?
Um, I'd say probably five, probably.
So out of 100, you said it's more than 100. So more than 100 is how many?
I mean, you said the people that's not related to me and
Listen, I
people
need you.
that.
You said that you like intelligent people, so I need you to hear what it is that
Hmm.
I'm saying because we've been on the phone for 16 minutes, and I want to be
Okay.
able to get the answers and be able to wrap up because it's taking too long to be
Okay.
able to get these answers. So listen to what it is that I'm saying. You said that it was more than
Hmm.
100. Give me the number of
Yeah.
approximately how many it was so that we can do the ratio.
Oh, I say just say 170, 170.
170. So we might as well round that to 200. So out of the
Okay.
200 times that you have intervened in violent altercations, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 46.
Okay, so in 46 years, you've intervened in 200 violent altercations in which women were being assaulted. How did you happen to be in the same space as all of these violent altercations 200 times? That means that you spent almost a year, because a year is 365 days. That means for in the span of your life, almost a year's worth of violent altercations towards women have happened. So you're talking about mainly your mother then, because you must have intervened many times. So maybe 50 of those were your mother. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, possibly, yes. Or more,
Okay,
yeah.
so I see. So you're saying that out of all of these, only five of them were women that you were not related to or were not interested in
Hmm.
sleeping with. So these were
Yes.
these were random women on the streets or these were friends?
People that I consider associates, I may know of them or
Okay.
something like that.
All right. Wonderful. All right. Well, there's a difference between loving women
Hmm.
and caring for the women that you know because you know them. There's a difference between loving women as a whole because from what it is that I heard in this conversation, it doesn't really sound like you like women too much at all because you're calling
Hmm.
women females and the ideas that you have about these females is not complimentary. You talk about how they
Hmm.
don't like knowledge, they masculine, they this, they that. What they negative, they not nurturing. So the things that it is that you would like about these females is for them to be nurturing and understanding and give their feminine energy and what it is and their beauty and their body. But if they don't have that to give, then you don't even have respect enough for them to call them human. They're just females.
I mean, they are human. I mean, what you mean? Just because we're not in agreement doesn't mean that they're not human.
You know that female does not mean that the person is that the entity or the being is human. Female denotes the gender of a species. The difference between the male and the female of any species is that the female has the larger, fewer sex cells, and the male has the smaller, more abundant sex cells. That is how you tell the male and the female apart in any species. When you call a woman a female, you detract her humanity from her because at that point we don't know if you're talking about a dog, a lizard, a platypus. It's just a
Well,
female.
I didn't mean it in that essence, man. I didn't,
You may
it's just
not
how you
have
took
meant
it.
it in that way, but this is what
Hmm.
the data, this is science. And you
Okay.
yourself, you said that you like people who like knowledge. This is knowledge for you, son. Take this knowledge. Take this
Okay, I'm
knowledge
listening.
and educate yourself, because when you call a woman a female, you detract her humanity from her.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stop doing it.
Wonderful. And I implore you to really take some
Hmm.
time to think about what it is that you like about women besides their vaginas and their good looks and feminine energy, and what it is that you can get from them. What is it that women, who is it that women are as beings
Yeah,
besides what
women.
it is that they can give you? Our call is done. We've been on for 21 minutes. I'm going to take the next caller.
Okay. Well, I say I learned from the women in my life. Women are intelligent, so
This is,
they know
you
things,
had your
certain things
time.
that me.
Do not, here.
Hmm. So what now? I didn't hear you.
Don't pander to me. You had your time. Thank you so much for calling in. I've closed the phone lines until some more apples come in, because I ain't doing this to myself. Not today. Listen. No, send them apples through if you want me to take another call. Otherwise, I'm out of here. I want to know. I can't. Listen, I'm going to put on a commercial. It's $ Tonya TKO. Send those apples through, or I'm going back to doggone bed and putting the covers over my head. If you want me to take another call, send those apples through. The Cash App link is in the description. So while I have this commercial on, go ahead and click and do that. Are you tired of missing Tonya TKO's live videos? Arriving late when the video is well underway or about to end? Are you fatigued of only seeing a live video randomly while perusing YouTube and Facebook? Or worse, randomly unsubscribed? Well, now you can get a text notification whenever I go live. No longer are we dependent on the algorithm of these fickle platforms. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada, or $4.99 a month international, you get a personalized text message 15 minutes before each live show. Now, you can show up early with the Text Squad, meet other people from all over the world, and get invited to secret broadcasts off-platform. Most importantly, support your favorite independent creator. Go to TonyaTKO.com and click on text. Join the TKO Text Squad today for just $1.99 a month US and Canada, or $22 a year if you pay in advance, $4.99 a month international, $50 a year if you pay in advance. You'll never again be tardy to the party. I'll see you on the next broadcast. TonyaTKO.com/text. Are you tired of missing? Yeah, listen, I deserve to be paid for my work. I do. There's 500 people on YouTube, 100 on Facebook. Let's see how many we have on Twitch. There's one on Twitch. Hey, Twitchy. Listen, I deserve to be paid for the work that I do. I deserve to be paid for the time that I spend up here creating broadcasts for you all. I deserve to. I deserve to. I deserve. So, listen. um, listen. I just I need to do my yoga, and I need to just cleanse my whole spirit. I need to cleanse my whole spirit. I need to cleanse my whole entire spirit. Listen. I'm going to check the apples, and let's go forward. because I deserve to be able. Black women, like, we talk about protect Black women, we talk about how much we love Black women and all of this, right? Okay, well, support the content creators. Click on my stuff. Go to my other page. Subscribe to my other page. My other page is, I don't have Zelle, www.youtube.com/@ Tonya TKO clips. Right? There it is. I need, like, come on, subscribe to my other pages, like the content, share it. I just send apples through. There are many different ways. Join the text notification squad. Get my book off of Amazon. All right. Okay. Listen, I just, the Cash App is $ Tonya TKO, is right here on the screen. You see that? And it's a verified page, so you know you're sending it to the right place. Tonya TKO. Tanika talking about watch the replay. Girl, I don't know if you want to. It's a mess. It's a mess. All right, let me go ahead and read these apples that have come in. And while I'm reading them, you can send in the apples because I'll be refreshing. All right, let's go ahead. Let's read. All right. Okay. Hold on. I got to go back because the first apple after, let's see. All right, here it is. China. China sends $2. Thank you, China. Kaylee, thank you. We appreciate the love. Kaylee sends $5. Latricia sends $5 and says, this is interesting. Jasmine sends 333 and says, I only give my time to useful men. It works for me. Okay. Ebony sends in $1 and says, love you, goddess. We appreciate that. Tai sends $5 and says, being the best. Petrina sends $1 and says, keep those Cash Apps coming, y'all. Love you, Tonya. Thank you. I appreciate that. Janet sends $1. Joshua sends $1. Delisha sends $1 and says, you men only love women they are using. Yeah. Renee sends $1. April sends $20. Thank you, April. Thank you. Love your content. First Cash Apple. Hey, let me put on the music for you, yeah. Thank you for the first time sending a Cash App through. Thank you. Thank you. Jasmine sends 222 and said, the only men whining are the ones that no one wants. That's interesting. Pamela says, I want to know relationship, #relationship goals 23. Alicia sends $2 and says, attractive women don't have XY friends. Where's the lie? Attractive women do not have XY friends? Oh. Shireen sends in $4.86 and says, I was dancing along with you. Thank you, Mama. I appreciate that. Coming in from England. Goddess sends $5 and says, sneezing on cue. You know what? That was nature right there. That was nature. Alicia sends $2 and says, Black men love what women do for them. They don't like us, to be honest. And I'm starting to get the idea that they don't like us. Aaliyah sends in $1. Thank you. Shanae sends in $3 and says, enjoy your content. Kay sends in $2. Coco says, my first Cash App. Love your show. Hey, let me put on the music for the first timers. Hey, and you know what? I'm a bust of wine before all is said and done. Latoya sends $5 and says, much appreciation. Lakina sends $10 and says, for wow, shaking my head. Alicia says, for your emotional labor. Girl, listen, thank you. I need that because I do be going through emotional labor, child. You have no idea. LaShandra sends 226 and says, dang, I missed it all. No, we still in the middle of the boondoggle right now. Waltina sends $1 and says, supporting your content and educating the masses. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Michael sends in $5 and says, I enjoyed you. Tatiana sends in $2 and says, appreciate your patience. Tamika sends in some Bitcoin. And when you send in the Bitcoin, you can write a longer message. And she says, he done said females 11 times. Men only love women for consumption. Yeah, and it seems like men just really like us for our gifts that we have in the world. But if we're not giving them vagina, if we're not related to them, that as a gender, that they don't really love what it is that we have to offer as a gender. You have to be careful with my New York accent because I don't want it to sound like agenda, as a gender, right? Tereya sends $10 and says, for knowledge, son. Diana sends $10 and says, take more callers. Your content uplifts me. Thanks. That last call uplifted you, girl. That last call uplifted you. You a masochist. Beverly sends in $10. And Kimberly sends in Beverly sends in $10. Kimberly sends first cash apple ever. Yay, let's put on that music. Listen, let me bust my wine for all the first timers. Come on. Come. Let's bust a wine. Come on. The music is too low. What happening? Hey. Come on, bust the wine with me. Come on. Hey. Thank you. I appreciate the love. Thank you. Let's see. All right. So that was Kimberly. Aisha sends, let's see. It's a little delayed. Aisha sends $5. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to take another call. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, we're here. All right. So you know what? There's a lot of apples that have come in. So we're going to catch those in the next segment. Let me take the next call. All right. Phone lines are open. 323-488-3149. You know what? I need to nourish myself. I'm starting to feel faint. So let's turn on the commercial real quick. If you haven't yet joined the text notification squad, the link is in the description. Are you tired of missing Tonya TKO's live videos? Arriving late when the video is well underway or about to end? Are you fatigued of only seeing a live video randomly while perusing YouTube and Facebook? Or worse, randomly unsubscribed? Well, now you can get a text notification whenever I go live. No longer are we dependent on the algorithm of these fickle platforms. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada, or $4.99 a month international, you get a personalized text message 15 minutes before each live show. Now, you can show up early with the Text Squad, meet other people from all over the world, and get invited to secret broadcasts off-platform. Most importantly, support your favorite independent creator. Go to TonyaTKO.com and click on text. Join the TKO Text Squad today. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada, or $22 a year if you pay in advance, $4.99 a month international, $50 a year if you pay in advance, you'll never again be tardy to the party. I'll see you on the next broadcast. TonyaTKO.com/text. Are you tired of missing? as I was running, but I had to make myself a protein shake real quick, and I had to grab 2 apples. Whew. Thank goodness for commercials. Thank you. I appreciate you all. All right. So phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. Okay, what are your thoughts so far? Because I'm having an epiphany that besides, the female anatomy, besides looking at us and seeing our beauty and liking our beauty, what is it that they do to demonstrate? So what is love? How is that love expressed? Is that love expressed in advocacy? Oh, you know what? Let me be quiet because I'm not going to, let me not say, because I still want to receive phone calls. And I don't want to give them the answers, and then I have to start putting on my panda music again. No, we're only talking to men. Do men love women? I want to hear from men what it is that they love about women. So where are the men callers? The phone lines are open, 323. Somebody type it in the description. There's some bussies in the chat. Oh my. Y'all are crazy. Okay, so my phone is dry. So while we're waiting, I might as well just go ahead and read the apples, because we didn't finish reading those. So while we're waiting for the call to come in, because the last apple that we had was, let's see. I know we read this one. I think this was the last one, Aisha, right? I think that was the last one. Caitlin sends $2 and says, "For you definitely deserve." Desiree sends $7 and says, "I love your channel. It's helped me so much." Thank you. I appreciate that. Natasha sends $5 and says, "Because you deserve. Love you." Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Phone lines are open. I'll type the number for you all in case you don't have it. 323-488-3149. Enter. There we go. Leslie sends 111 and says, "Protect your peace." Yes, dear. Latricia sends $45. Hey, thank you, Latricia. Thank you. She says, "Don't go to bed. I want to hear more." I'm going to stay on a little bit longer. Charlene sends $5 and says, "Can we have more men call in? This is interesting." Yes, I'm waiting for the men to call. Stacy sends $20 and says, "First timer." Hey, thank you. Hey. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Chelsea sends $20 and says, "Love you, Tonya." Sharon sends $5 and says, "Love you, Tonya." Claudia sends $5 for women all over. Sophie sends $20 and says, "For all your hard work, you deserve it." Thank you. I do deserve it. Thank you. We as Black women, sometimes we have trouble asking for what it is that we need, want, or deserve. So thank you. Rashida sends $2 and says, "For heart." Trent sends $1 and says, Keep shining, queen." Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Trent. Thank you. Amanda sends 111 and says, "For being cute in the morning." You think this is cute? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Kara says 333 and says, "You are a beautiful intellectual. Thanks for your wisdom." Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Fet sends in $5. Fet, are you Haitian or Caribbean? That sounds like a very, 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 very Caribbean or Haitian name. Hey, Fet says $5. First time apple. Yay! Thank you, Fet. Hey, isn't Fet, that's the name for a party in the Caribbean, isn't it? Thank you, Fet. Oh, here comes our caller right on time. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where are you calling from?
What's up, Tanya? My name is Fred. I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia, even though I am African.
Okay. So you hold
Hello?
on, let me. Yeah, it's just difficult to hear you because it sounds like you're on the side of the highway.
No, I am at work, but I am outside of at the warehouse now.
Okay, I'm sorry. Say your name again, Fred.
Yes,
All right, Fred. You said that you were African.
yes,
Okay, and you said that you are currently where now?
Atlanta,
You're
Georgia.
you're in Atlanta. Okay, perfect. All right, thank you so much for calling in, friend Fred. So you love women.
I mean, of course,
All right,
who
so
doesn't?
okay, I mean, there are many people who don't, but tell us what it is that you love about women.
Well, everything. I'll be honest, but
Let me hear. What are
you
these
know,
things?
okay, well, okay. I want to be honest.
Yeah, of course, be
Women
honest.
nowadays and women back in the days are like, not the same. So you following me?
No, I'm not because you have to be more specific because I don't know what's in your mind. So you have to use your words to get what's in your mind out into the air. And then you have to explain it so that people can understand.
Well, lately I have been watching like on social media about how, they about the what do you call it? City girls, you know, and how they want to like use men and stuff like that. So this kind of stuff is really not nice, I could say, and it makes men like feel some type of way. You
Okay.
understand?
So what are these things that are making you feel a type of way?
Well, let's just all get along and let's not try to use each other and get the back from each other. All I'm saying is if we go back to the old ways, things will get better eventually. But
What is
as
the
of
always? What is the always?
like men be on their lane, women be on their lane, and men not want to be women and women don't want to be men. So
Okay.
like the
What
old
lane
ways,
are you
like
talking
when
about?
how
What are the always? You have to tell me because I don't know.
okay, like for instance, men can like go and like work outside on the cars or maybe lawn the grass or whatever, and women are like in the house doing women thing in the house. I mean, I was raised by African women. I'm raised by Africans,
Which
so
country are you from?
Sudan.
Okay, so you're from Sudan. So you were raised by
Yeah.
Sudanese women. Were you raised in Sudan or were you raised in America?
Well, half there and half here.
Okay, so how
So
old were you
I
when you came
think
here?
19.
Oh, so you were already raised then.
Yeah, yeah. And now I am a 41. So yeah.
Okay.
So like half there and half here. Yeah. And
Okay.
honestly, I love women and all that good stuff, but and even I have noticed that how women in my country act and how they treat men and how women over here act, it's like a totally a different
So
game.
talk to me. What do you mean?
I mean, just like in the respect and how they talk to each other and how they treat each other. I mean, just the general stuff is
Okay, so
totally
what are these
different ball.
lanes? What are these lanes that women should be in? You said men fix the car, women do the duties inside the house. So you're talking about domestic duties, etc.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know what y'all do, because we are not allowed to be in your a bubble. Men are
Okay, so
not allowed to be.
why are you living in America and not in Sudan right now?
I mean, because of war and a financial. issue, you know. But I trust me, as soon as I get my money together, I'm out. Yes.
Okay.
So that's
So
it.
you don't have a
Yeah.
woman.
I mean, what do you mean? Like a wife or a girlfriend?
Yes.
Yes, I do. Yes,
You
of
have a
course.
girlfriend
I
or a
am
wife.
married. No, I am
Okay.
married. I
So
have a
you're
wife.
so you're married.
Yeah, like
So
recently,
then
like what, 4 years ago?
okay, so you're married
Yes.
and you have a problem with the city girls. What is the issue that you have with the city girls? You already have your wife. Your wife is Sudanese?
Yes. I don't have no problem. I'm just listening to what the men are saying. You know, I'm good. You know, I mean, I'm married to an African lady, and she's awesome. You know, but what I'm hearing from the men around me,
What are
I
you
mean,
hearing from
we
you
talk.
said that you heard yourself, that you watched some of these videos. You
Yes,
said that you
yes,
saw
and I
them.
hear like a lot of people
Hold on. My
are talk
earpiece
about
fell
it.
out. Hold on for 1 second. Sorry, 1 second. Hold on.
No, no problem.
Okay, sorry about that. So say that again.
I mean, I said, yeah, I hear like on online and people I talk.
So
I mean,
you're
I
listening,
listen
so you're listening to what other men are saying, and you're sitting up
and
there
women
forming.
and women.
You're sitting there
I'm
listening
listening
to
to you
what
right now.
you're sitting up there listening to what men and women are saying online, and you're forming
Yeah,
an
it's
opinion
bad.
about women based on what people are saying online.
Uh huh. Well, men are complaining and women are also complaining.
How does
So
this affect you?
uh, well, I am a part of this world. You know,
How does it affect you?
maybe not directly,
So it
but
doesn't directly
okay.
affect you. City girls do not affect you. Women who are not
No,
traditional do not affect you.
yes, no,
They don't
and I
affect
would not.
you.
Yes, they don't.
So then you called
But I'm
in to
listening.
tell me what it is
Uh
that
huh.
you love about women, but
Yes.
you could not name anything that you loved about women. You could
Do
not
you want
name.
like one thing or like
I want you
I
for
mean not
name
just
things. Give me 3 things that you love about women because you gave me none. You said everything and then you started to complain.
I
So
mean
give
it's
me
true. I
three.
mean it's not like
Fred,
I do love you. I respect you,
Fred,
but honestly, yes.
Minna business. Fred, listen to what it is that I'm saying. Give me the
I love it.
3 things that you say you love about women. Are you understanding the question?
I mean, I just feel like it's a broad question. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, how you act and how you
I
carry
want you to
yourself
tell
and how
me
you
what it
look.
is that you love about women.
Everything. I mean,
Like
God
what? Give me
made you
three
for a
things.
reason.
Give me 3 things that you love about women.
I love you from your hair to your toes.
So you like
Everything
a woman,
about
so
you.
you like a woman's head. What is it that you like about a woman's head?
No, I said hair, hair.
From the head to the toe. So
And
you're talking about the body. So you like the body of women. So number 1 is
everything,
body.
everything.
What
In and
else?
out.
Give me 2 things. Give me 2 more things. You said body. What else?
Well, you're nurturing. I mean, you're
Nurturing.
very nurturing. You're caring. You're able to give birth. So this is all like things that men love about you.
All right.
It's just it's just the attitude of that nowadays women is like it's
That
very sour.
so the attitude is what?
You get it. I mean, just how you act tough. You know what I'm saying? How you
Act
act
tough.
masculine.
Act
Yeah,
tough.
yeah.
Okay. Act tough
And
and
also
slash masculine.
and
Uh-huh.
and also always are trying to get the bag from someone.
The
Like
bag. Okay, trying to get the
yeah.
bag. Okay. Okay, what else?
I mean, that's pretty much it.
Okay. So this is what I'm
Yeah,
hearing,
just the
Frederick.
attitude.
This is what I'm hearing, Fred. What's your
Yeah,
Sudanese name?
Farid.
All right. So Farid, This is what I am
Yeah.
hearing. When
Yes.
I asked you what it is that you loved about women, you could not name anything. But you went on to talk about the things that you do not like. And when you
Yes.
needed to talk about what you don't like, it was easy for you to come up with a list. You don't like these new modern women, how they're in a different lane, how they're trying to be,
No one does.
you can't say that no one does. And you see, so
Mm.
listen, hear what it is that I'm saying. You can only speak for yourself and the small group of males that surround you. You talk about the attitude, acting tough, being masculine, trying to get the bag. These are all
Yeah.
things that you say that you don't like about women. But it was like pulling teeth to get you to say even three things that you do like about women. You could not find a
But it's
way to
not the
come up
key
with the things
thing.
that you like about
You are
women.
you
And so
boxing
this is,
me, you know?
and
That's
so,
what it is.
excuse me?
I said you are trying to like a box me, you know, like I tell me specific. I told you I love
Right.
everything
Yeah, but you know
about
what? But
you.
listen, this is the thing. If you can't name anything, then you have named nothing. If you can't
Okay, I
name
mean,
anything that you
I
love,
respect
then you
that.
have named nothing. And then so when
I
you talk
understand.
about women staying in their lane, I'm imagining that you're meaning like Akon, with women being in the home, being homemakers, and men being out there, this and that, and men going out and
That's how
doing
I was
whatever it
raised.
is.
That's how
Ex-
I was raised, you know.
Right.
I'm
You
African.
were
Yeah.
you were raised. Are your sisters
I-
living the life that your mother raised you in? Are your sisters behaving that way?
Well, my sister, I would say she is more of Americanized now, you know, because we
Okay.
came here,
How does
yeah,
how does your mother
together, you
feel
know.
about your sister being Americanized?
Well, I mean, she's her mother, you know. She would love her no matter what, you know.
I'm asking you a question. How does your mother feel about your sister being Americanized?
She, good. She love
Your
her.
so your mother feels wonderful about your sister being Americanized.
Yeah, yeah.
Is your mother and
But I
father
mean,
still
not
together?
Americanized,
Babe, answer
not
the question.
Americanized, but she love her anyway.
Is your mother and father still together?
Yes, yes.
Okay. How does your mother feel in
And
this relationship with your father? What is their relationship like? Is your mother happy in this relationship?
well, you know, there's up and down, but yes, she's happy. They're still together,
Your
you
mother
know.
has told
But
you that she's happy in this relationship?
well, I see and I observe when they are having a bad day or when they are enjoying each other. But most of
Okay.
the time, they enjoying each other. Yes.
Okay, so let me just say this. Let me just say this so that you understand, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Part of the reason that there are so many women who are going to get their education, who are out there living their lives, that are out there doing what is right for them, part of the reason that there's so many women doing that is because the matriarchs were miserable. Listen, the matriarchs were miserable in the life of servitude because men expected to come to a certain age and then marry a maid who could give him vagina.
But
That's
that's
it.
how things been, though. That's how
Exactly.
things been,
And this sounds
and
like
it's
what
worked.
you want to go
It's
back
worked
to.
for 5,000 years or more.
Listen, because men have been, I'm trying to get my eyeliner off of my eye, because men have been ruling over women for hundreds, millennia. Men have been ruling over women. And now
And it's not going to
women,
change.
huh?
And it is not going to change. We are
It
just
is,
going
it is
on a
going to
phase right now.
change. It is going to change. You know why?
No, no, this is just a phase that we are going
What
through, you
is
know. But
it's not a phase. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you
I'm
something,
listening.
Fareed. Let me tell you. You know what part of your problem is? Part of your
I'm listening.
problem is control. You have a problem with the fact that women are not under men's control. And it doesn't matter that you're married and you have your own woman. You're upset that there are women in existence that live out there in the world, living their lives freely, and they are doing
I'm
what
not
is right
upset.
for them. It bothers you that women
No, it doesn't.
exist. Yes, it does. It bothers you. Listen,
Maybe
we
as
we
someone
all,
else.
I took notes. I'm not guessing
Um,
about this phone call. It bothers you. It bothers you so much. You couldn't even name anything that you liked about women, but the things that you didn't like. But guess what? You're not dating.
yeah,
You're not out there. But just the fact that there are other men
I have
talking to
before.
you.
I
Listen, my
dated.
friend, listen, I don't want to put you on mute. You see, because what you're doing is you're over talking me. And then you're going to say, oh, well, these women are masculine. But if I sit here on the phone and I don't exert myself, you will continue to cut me off. I need you to hear what I'm saying. And you can't hear me if you're talking over me. And if you want me to be nice and calm, I need you to be calm so that I can talk, so that I don't have to raise up my voice to talk over you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I am calm.
Calm it down enough for your mouth to remain closed when I'm speaking. Do you understand that?
Roger.
Wonderful. So now I'm going to lower my voice back down, Fareed. What you were expressing is that you have an issue with the fact that there are women who exist, who are living
No.
in, you see, your mouth open again.
Okay.
Is it possible? Now, I can't even imagine what your wife goes through at home because I'm a woman that you don't know. You say that you love everything about women. I am a woman, and a woman is speaking now. Will you close your
Amen.
mouth while a woman is talking to you about a conversation that you called in to have?
Sure.
Wonderful. And I'm telling you, if you open your mouth again while I talk, I'm going to have to release the phone call and just talk without you on the line. Oh, there we go. Yeah. You see, right? You see. You see, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's how it goes. You see, because what's happening, and listen, because he's, and somebody is saying, I see why she's single. First of all, you don't know what it is that I am, right? You don't know what it is that I am. We can see, the thing is that you all don't care about whether or not women are happy. You don't care. You don't care about whether or not women are pleased or satisfied. You don't care. As long as you have a hole to pump up and down on top of, you don't care. Listen, half of interactions, 70% of these interactions, women are not having orgasms. They're faking. You don't even care if your woman has a climax. You don't even care. You don't care if when you're entering into these interactions, you don't care. You don't care about whether or not women have what they want. The issue that men are having is control. They don't like it that there are women who exist who are not under male control. And there are people who are looking at me and they hear me and they're like, oh, well, that's why you don't have a man. Listen, first of all, you don't know what it is that I have. And the fact that you can sit there and say, oh, a woman who speaks up, a woman who asserts herself, that there's no, that men are just not going to like that. Son, you can only speak for yourself. You can only speak for yourself. Because far too many of you, listen, and you all want me to take more phone calls, you all better send them apples through. Listen, he could be married. You know what I'm going to do? Let's do this. Let's do this. Because he could be married. He could be living his own life. He could be doing what it is that he could be doing him. But that's not good enough. They want to know that every woman out there is submissive. There can be no women living their lives for themselves. There can be none. They all have to be under men's control. And if not, they're bothered. They're shaking. They're fibrillating. We're going to play some videos that I want you all to see. And while we're playing the videos, while we're playing the videos, listen, women all over the world are waking up. Women all over the world are waking up to the fact that we have been programmed into servitude. And just like, listen, call me, people from the continent, call me then. Right. In the same way that the colonizers left, and many of your countries were in shambles after the colonizers left, right? Listen, here in this country, white people shaking, oh, we don't have these people to serve us. Oh, they couldn't deal with the antebellum South. They couldn't deal with not having Black people under their thumb. They couldn't deal with it. Even white women to this day, they're dissatisfied. They're foaming at the effing mouth that Black women. I had to tell one Irish chick on my page the other day that she ain't never been cussed out by a Caribbean American woman before I can see, because she was like, it's so disrespectful that you don't say hi to all women. Milady, you don't want me to address you personally. Talking about it's disrespectful for you to cater to Black women. Don't get cussed out on my platform. Don't get cussed out. But listen, so I'm going to play a few videos for you all that I feel that you all need to watch for context.
Younger self, any advice, what would it be?
Obey my mother. I finished high school at 16, and she had planned to send me from Fort Worth back to Marshall, Texas, to Wiley College.
I feel like, hold on. You know what? I'm sorry. That's too small. That's too small. That's too small. I need to get this up on the big screen for you all. The name of this video is Granny's Biggest Regret. Let me do a search for this on YouTube. You see, because these men can talk a good game, but the thing is, they want you to be submissive, right? So that they can walk all over you. Because if you're not assertive, what happens if you're not assertive? If you're not assertive, you just sit there. Let me search for Tonya. Let me put this here so you can see what I'm searching for. All right, Tonya, TKO, Granny. Let me see, Granny. Here we go, Granny's Biggest Regret. Let's watch this right now. Hold on.
If you had to...
Oh, sorry, I'm messing up. I'm sorry, you all. Here.
If you had to give your younger self any advice, what would it be?
Obey my mother. I finished high school at 16, and she had planned to send me from Fort Worth back to Marshall, Texas, to Wiley College, because I would have been the first grandchild of her 18 sisters and brothers to go to college. But I got married. Oh, she was so disappointed. And it took me 4 years and 4 babies to realize I was going to have to raise my husband too. So I cut my losses. I went home to my mother. And do you know, I had nerve enough to say, I'm ready to go to college now. And she says, I got no money to send you to nobody's college.
Ooh.
These are the boomers. These are the people who are the parents of the older millennials. These men come out and they talk about how, oh, there were so much more marriages. I've been studying marriage trends and how it's on a downturn and has been on a decline since the silent generation. The silent generation were before the boomers. The boomers were before Generation X, and then we have the millennials. The boomers are the ones who gave birth to the older millennials. They try to make it seem as if our grandmothers were so damn happy, the women that came before us, that the reason why marriages lasted so much longer is because people were happier then. No. And this is part of the reason that there's so many men right now who are making a push to talk about trying to go back to the times of the 1950s and taking women's rights away.
We need to regain control of women again, the way it used to be in the 1950s.
Because they know that when women are able to choose, they choose differently. When women are able to work, control their fertility or contraceptives to stop themselves from becoming impregnated. This is part of the reason that they're creating all of these laws right now to try to force births onto women, because societies across the world, Japan doesn't even know if it's going to be a country in another 150 years, because women are giving birth to so few babies, because when they were able to make the choice, even women that they're talking about, the Asian women are so submissive, and that gomenasai and the whole geisha mindset that so many people think that Japanese women are supposedly supposed to be in nowadays. Even they are opting out of marriage. They're opting out of even cohabitating or having children. They're like, listen, there was a study that was done that single child-free women are the happiest women in society. Why is that? Psychology Today had that article that went viral, that there's a growing number of single lonely men. Why is that? Why is it that men are not investing in themselves, making themselves suitable mates? They don't want to change. They want you to shut the F up. Last night, we talked about that therapist that was fired. She went viral for telling Black men that they need to get therapy and work on their communication skills in relationships so that they can have healthy relationships.
You need to expand your emotional vocabulary. It's so your life can be easier. To elevate our standards. At the cost of us elevating y'all standards, y'all got axed. Because y'all didn't elevate. On Monday, telling men that their dusty behavior is only harming them and that they would benefit from emotional intelligence, and I shit you not, by Friday, didn't have employment.
The way that she spoke it and said it was riddled with a lot of different profanity, okay, but she has a different targeted audience. And those who don't resonate with her profanity don't buy her services. Some people said that the mistake that she made was in trying to help Black men in the first place. But I understand, because Black women have been leveling up. And we're their counterpart. Less and less men are going to college and getting themselves educated. There hasn't been raises in the wages in respect to performance of employees since the 1980s. Millennials aren't able to buy houses. A man is not able to support a family on one income. And things have got to change as women grow and expand and create the healing within themselves. Their counterparts have to lift themselves up.
She just found out some things. She's not happy. She said she wanted her marriage to be like me and her grandmother, how it used to be. I say, yes, but you talk back to your husband. Your grandmother, that those times she cannot talk back to me because I will slap her. And she's like, you used to slap grandmother. I said, yes. I will slap her. I mean, you can't talk back to me. Where is she gonna go? She cannot go back to her father's place. This time you have credit card. You have your own money. Your grandmother did not have her own money. She has to ask me for money. That's how it is. And, I don't want to talk about the other girl that I was sleeping with. I mean, your grandmother know about her. What she's going to do? Leave? She can't leave. Even if she goes, her father will send her back to my house and beg me. I'm the one that cheated. I'm the one that have extramarital affair and have 2 kids. Or maybe 3, I can't remember. But they will beg me to take her back. I mean, this one, man just cheat on you 1 or 2 times and you want to leave. For what? I used to take nonsense, I used to take rubbish. See, now you both can just talk to your husband and, before I used to beat your grandmother. I mean, not just regular beats. If she talks anyhow, I beat her. But only with reason, unless she mess up. And so she's disappointed in me now. It's okay. Our love used to be great. You want our love to be like I used to be great. Well, you have to learn how to shut up.
Yeah, wow.
Just
Yeah, you heard it
So that is
yourself.
that.
You heard it. Yeah, so that right there, this person I actually found out is a Nigerian comedian, right? He did this reenactment to bring awareness to how the relationships were back in the days. So this guy, he has on an old filter. So he's actually much younger than that, but he did this because he wanted to bring awareness. So when we have these men, especially men in Africa, talking about things like the good old days, right? Were those women happy? Fareed, part of the reason that your sisters are living a different life is because they saw what your mother went through, or your mother talked to them. Your mother went and had a conversation with them and was like, listen, girl, get your education. Girl, make sure that no one has control of you. Girl, make sure that you have your own money. And this is why women are out there. See, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. You see? And it's like, it's okay when men have all of the power and women are under their control. It's like they weren't looking for a mate. They were looking for a mat. They want you to be submissive and they want you to be quiet. But what happens when you're submissive and you're quiet? You're there in relationship with them. They're talking over you. They're cutting you off. They're hitting you. They're leaving. They're going out having intercourse with other people. The reason that these men are crying and whining and rolling around on the floor, writhing in emotional pain is because they don't have control over women anymore. They want you to be in the house with yourself clammed. Between your legs is a clam. Meanwhile, their eggplant is in the street. They got more than one woman, and they just want to be able to go from place to place. This man on the phone said it's never going to change. Son, you don't know what is coming upon you right now. It is the rise of the feminine. Listen, because your idea of feminine is some bastardized European version of femininity. My genes are African. I descended through the transatlantic slave trade on both sides. I am the product. Listen, I am the product. The rise of the feminine is upon us. Watch and see. Listen, hear me. Talking about it's never going to change, it has already changed. And this is why you, even with your wife at home, like a good woman, doing all the things you want her to be, while you're on the internet calling me, complaining that women exist, that it's troubling you, your heart is beating in your chest, other men are talking about how women are not in control, and you, There's another video that I want you to see. Tonya TKO and Latina. Here we go.
We saw our moms go through shit with our dad. You're talking about, oh, well, you're never going to get married. Okay, my mom got married and she served my dad hands and feet and she ended up divorcing him because she was sick of his ass.
Because
it's
you
only
get
so
tired.
much you can take.
It's not even just take. You just get tired. You get burnt out for constantly having to care for someone like they're your child.
Literally, I do not remember my mom ever eating.
Which is
she cooked
crazy.
dinner for my mom, for my dad, for my sister, and for me, and I can't recall a moment.
You know what? I want to pause this right here. Because when Fareed called in, he said he did not know what women did in the kitchen. He wasn't allowed in there. He didn't have access to that space. That's the way they like it. They don't know what happens in the kitchen. How many people out there never saw their mothers sit down to eat because while they're the fucking servant. Just like when you see those old slavery movies and they had the black women standing around the tables waiting to serve. The women were running back and forth in the kitchen here and there, everywhere. They never had it. They had to take little scraps as they were tasting the food. That was the only time that they got to eat. On Sunday, you see Papa is doing whatever it is that he's doing. Mama is in the house doing all of this, that, and the other, all the cleaning and the turning up and the upside down and all of this. Meanwhile, he just come and throw his shoes off, mud on them, dishes left in the sink. He leave his dishes around, you gotta wash them. If there's a dish in the sink, he'll be in the house for 2-3 weeks and won't wash the dish that you left there. Come on. We'll get back to this.
And I can't recall a moment when my mom sat down to eat because she was eating while cooking for us because she didn't have the time. You think that I'm gonna do that?
That's sad. As a child, looking at your mom, that's sad to witness.
Right. You need to understand why I'm such a savage and why I'm so angry. You know what I'm saying? Thankfully, I have a boyfriend that understands, that's considerate of me, that knows that if I cook and sometimes I want to serve him, I'll serve him. Right. But sometimes when I say, yo, the food is ready, come get it, he has no problem.
He knows what that means.
And then after that, he goes and washes the dishes to help me out.
Because it's an equal partnership.
On.
One hand washes the other. It's not give, and then you just take. Like that's not how it works.
Well, what happened? Here we go. That they were talking about. So people started. So these men are going from community to community. They're like, oh, now it's not like it was back in the day. So you black women are not submissive, so we're gonna go to white women. Then the white women turned out to not be as submissive as they thought they were. Then they went to Latinas, and then the Latinas, Asian men make so much money that these Asian women ain't paying y'all no damn, never mind anyway. But nonetheless, then they go to Asian women, and it's no wonder. Here, let me look up. Let me look up the word Tonya TKO and African. Here we go. Look. Let's hear from the women in the motherland. Let's hear.
African.
Here.
These black Americans suddenly going after Africa.
Hold on.
These black American passport bros that are suddenly going after African women are doing so because they know that the African system always favors the man above the woman. They know that they can easily impregnate a woman and not have to worry about things like child support, and they can also divorce without bothering about things like alimony, especially when that lady is from a poor home. They want the benefits the African women bring to the home, but what benefits do they themselves offer? I see them online talking about 50-50 and still in the same sentence expect things like submission from them.
All right, so I want you to go and watch my videos. They're up on Instagram, TikTok, and I have a new page where I'm uploading the shorts onto that page. So make sure that you go. It's www.youtube.com/@Tonya TKO clips, so that you can see these small clips that I'm putting up. I'm going to get them up on the other page. But women all over the world are waking up because the system enslaved them. And men, it's perfectly fine for men to think of women as their born servants. And they're so upset that now women don't want to be their unpaid servants. They're upset that women don't want to be their unpaid servants. I'm going to check the apples and then. And Seth is saying, my question is, where are y'all finding these men? The men are your friends. They're in your family. But see, you have a dick and balls. So they're not having the same conversations with you that they have with women. And you're a fucking liar if you're going to say that you don't have some questionable characters in your family or among your friends. I'm going to tell you that to your face. You're a liar because everybody has an array of different types of men in their family. But then all of a sudden, when you're talking to women, you want to beat them across the back with your balls and you want them to hush and stop talking about men. But maybe if you spoke to them, we wouldn't have to speak up. All right. So, are you all ready for more? Should I take one more phone call? I don't know. Let me check the apples first. Let me check the apples. Here we go. All right. There's 900 people watching from YouTube and 100 watching from Facebook. So if every person sent $1, I would be well supported for the broadcast. And you can even send cash apples even after I'm off air. All you have to do is just send it through. It is Tonya. It is $Tonya TKO. TONYA TKO. And it is a verified Cash Apple page, so you're sending, so you know you're sending it to the right place. Tynesha sends $2 and says, MF know what time it is, 2023. You are so silly. You all are so crazy. All right, let's see. Charisse sends $5 and says, first Cash Apple, stay strong. Hey, let's put on some music for Reese. Thank you, my gal. Thank you. Hey, all right. XOXO sends $1 and says, I'm sorry, I'm lowering the wrong volume. Keep teaching, preaching, and speaking the truth. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Mika sends $40, and says, I love you. Keep up the much appreciated content. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Paula sends $5 and says, love all that you do. Sakina sends $50 and says, my first Cash Apple. Hey, I'm a bust of wine on the next one. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, she says. Thank you, Sakina. I appreciate that. Joanne sends $8 and says, keep telling them we don't need them. And you know what? And that's the thing. There are different types of men out there. And there's some types of men who want to be able to get a woman because she needs him and can't do any better because she's desperate. This is what the Passport Bros movement is about, finding women who are desperate. Right? Joanne sends $5 and says, keep telling them. Oh, wait, we just saw that. Renee sends $5 and says, you are a strong woman. Stay blessed. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am a powerful woman. I like the word powerful over strength because strength is with force exerted down onto you. Power is the force exerted out from you. So I prefer power over strength, but that's cool. And then Ashley sends $5 and says, my first apple. You know I got to bust the wine on that one. Thank you all so much here. If you sitting down, get out of your seat because it is probably 8 o'clock in the, oh my God, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Come dance with me. Come on. Come on. Let me come. Hey. Woo! Thank you. I appreciate all of the love, my ladies. Thank you. 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 I appreciate all of the love. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let us, I think I might venture into, let's see, how long have we been broadcasting? Oh, we've been on for 2 hours. So you know what? We are going to end the broadcast here. I'm going to look at some of your comments. Let's talk about this real quick. What is the self-love lesson that you learned from today's video? What I gathered from today's video is that men don't really love women. They don't really love women. They love what women can do for them. They love what they can gain from women. But when it comes to women advocating for women's rights and women's right to exist, 2/3 of the men who called in couldn't even say what they liked about women, but were talking about what they didn't like. It's like you call in to say what you love about women, and in the next sentence, first of all, you give nothing. 2/3 of the men gave nothing that they actually liked or loved about women, gave nothing, but then went into a tirade about what they don't like, right? So my conclusion is that these men don't really not only do they not love women, but they don't even like women. They don't like who it is that we are as people, because if they did like us, how would that change, right? What would be different? How would they show up? How would they show up in conversations? How would they treat each other? I had an epiphany after that last broadcast because I was like, oh, the vast majority of Black men love Black women. I think I said something along those lines. But when the broadcast ended, I had to ask myself, do they? Because if they do love us, what does that love look like? How does that love translate? What are the tangible facets of this supposed love, right? So I'm like, what are the ways that men show that they quote unquote love women? I feel like my face just is so tired looking, but this is the time that Spirit made me move to make this broadcast. And I had an epiphany. Not only do they not love us, but they don't even like us. They don't like our, first of all, they don't want us to have autonomy. They don't want us to have power. How do you say that you love a thing, but you want to keep it captive? If you love something, set it free. Advocate for its freedom. You heard even the last guy who called in, he was not advocating for us to be free. He was advocating for us, all of us, that there cannot be, and this is a married man who has his subservient queen. But listen, let her call in and tell me how she really feels. Let her call in. Because it's a different story when women are talking. These women are not even climaxing. These men are not putting their mouths on their pedals. The women are not feeling pleasure. Listen, you're just standing up there pleasing yourself through her body. So you like her anatomy. Lindsay wants to call in. We're going to have to do another show because this is a 2-hour broadcast. And YouTube, I need you all to support the shows, because if you want me to do long shows, you have to click them, you have to share them. But then I can understand why a new person doesn't want to watch a 2-hour video of a person they don't really know. So it's like we have to be able to keep the shows short enough so that we can chop them up and get them onto the other channel. Lindsay, have you subscribed to the other channel? Make sure that you do that. I have a book which is on Amazon, the Book of Affirmation Self-Love. So I had to do my affirmations yesterday, right? I had to do my affirmations yesterday because affirmations work. This is the Book of Affirmation Self-Love. It's a workbook, and each page is a visual meditation, and you just write out the affirmations and you create a shift on the inside, because it's all about creating that shift. It's about shifting. So let's start there, right? I'm tired, y'all, but I gotta go straight into doing my yoga. Because I need to cleanse myself of this broadcast that we had today, right? From what it is that I gather, men love what they can receive from us. They love our bodies. They love the anatomy. They love the beauty of women. But but if you're not somebody that they're related to, or that they want to have intercourse with, or had intercourse with, they're not too much concerned about you or your rights. They're not standing up for you. They're not working to get legislation passed so that we have equity. They're not doing that. They're not working on ways that women can be free to express themselves in the ways that are best for each woman. Do we feel that each woman has the right to govern her life as she chooses? Do we respect women as human beings, as separate entities that deserve to have the autonomy to go forth and live her life as she chooses? Do we really, 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 really? It's like, these men, they don't want to be put to task. They don't want to be questioned. They just want to say, oh, I love everything, but then this is what I don't like. But you can't give examples of what you do like. So they like the femininity because men are highly dependent on us. Men are highly dependent on women and our ability to rejuvenate them. But at what cost? Because they are not fighting for you to be able to have freedom of movement. to have your own autonomy. They're not fighting for you to have that. If you love women, right, as a gender, not as what it is that they can do for you, how you can gain and benefit from them. Listen, let's talk about the self-love lessons that we learned from this broadcast and the last broadcast. Listen. They're dependent on us, but we don't need them. And that is where they're having their issue. That's where they're having their issue, because they know that if women have money and women are able to purchase their own things, and if women have education and women have bank accounts and credit cards, you heard the Nigerian, you heard that dude talk about, oh, your grandmother didn't have a credit card. You have a credit card. You can go where it is that you want to go. You need to learn how to shut up. So listen, women, I'm having a retreat. If you go to my website and you click on subscribe, you should be able to join the mailing list. Anytime that you send me a message on my website, you get added to the mailing list and you'll be able to get information. Text Notification Squad are going to be the first to be able to purchase tickets to the retreat. And we're working on healing these childhood wounds. We're working on creating real shifts and changes on the inside of us as womb holders. So that is what we're going to be doing. Walter is saying we need each other outside of money. I don't know what he's talking about, so I didn't read the beginning of the conversation. So I'm going to leave that alone. So yeah, yeah. Absolutely. So listen, I appreciate each and every one of you coming out. I need you to type SLL and what your self-love lesson was from today's video, and then I'll give you my self-love lesson. Tarsha is saying, let's get the self-love lessons up. Come on. All right. Tarsha is saying self-love lesson, love yourself and know your worth. Yes. Learn to recognize that someone can need you and still underappreciate your presence. Absolutely. Listening matters, gaining a better perspective. Absolutely. Type SLL so I'll read your comments so I'll know that you're typing the self-love lesson. Because most of them can admit that they love what it is that they can gain from us. Most of us can say that, right? Keep telling the truth, Tonya. I'm teaching my daughters SLL is rise of the divine feminine. Absolutely. California saying, I love being a woman. Distance and detach from dust, and love is an action word. Yes. Man just want us to be pregnant and barefoot, and he has to love me the same. Be able to name what you love about yourself. Yes. So what we're doing is, for the retreat, it's called Woman in the Wild, and we're going out into nature, and we're retreating into nature for a week, and we're going to do some deep psychological work. You know, I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I'm a life coach. My specialty is self-love and relationships. So we're going to dive in deep, and as a hypnotherapist, we're going to be going in and rewiring. I'm also a certified NLP practitioner. And so we're going to go in there and create some shifts and changes in your life to really create some change in your life. Logic over love. Make sure that they see me as a human first. Yes, absolutely. Stop referring to women as females. Just know that there is a difference, and just know that men know the difference as well, because they'll say the difference, and then even when they say the difference, they'll still interchange the words, which means that they know what they're saying about you. They know what they're saying. So we have, oh my goodness, we have a lot of apples. So I'm going to read these apples that have come in, and then after that, we are going to get out of here. I'm going to tell you my self-love lesson. The self-love lesson that I learned from today's video is that when you hear a lot of people saying a thing, pay attention. Because I had not been paying attention, and it wasn't until I asked myself the question, do men love us? That I realized that I have had a blind spot that I have not paid attention to, because what it is that they're purporting as love is really fascination, um, uh, objectification, and coveting. Those are the things that they confuse as love. And if they do love us, then they need to be held to task to perform the actions of love, because love is an action verb, and love is something that has to be watered and nurtured to continue to stay alive. So that is what I learned. I'm happy for all of the people on the last broadcast that continue to push, because I opened up my eyes, and I opened up my eyes by self-reflecting. Another thing that I learned is that another self-love lesson I learned in this broadcast is that there's a particular type of man out there who wants you to be submissive, mainly because he just wants to have his way. He wants to talk over you. He wants to dominate. But then he doesn't realize, listen, son, I'm not your property. I'm not under your direction. I'm not under the guise of your leadership. I'm not. I'm an independent, separate womb in. And if you're going to say that you love women, then, then you need to be quiet when a woman is talking, right? Because there's some knowledge, there's some divine femininity that's coming down for you, right? A womb holder is talking, a keeper of the womb is speaking. You don't hear me. You don't hear me. All right, let's go ahead and read these apples. All right, so Sunny sends $1, and she says men dislike women by what they what they like about women. What they like about women by what they don't like. Exactly. It's like what that just didn't even make any sense, right? Hold on. There were two of them. Men dislike women so much they can only describe what they like about women by what they don't like. Thank you. That right there is poignant. Thank you. Zakila sends $5. Alexa sends $2 and says, love you, Tonya. Coffee Bean says, my brother feels my mom and I should submit to him being mom and sister isn't enough. Your brother feels that you and your mother need to submit to him. Listen, you be very careful. Be very careful, because it sounds like your brother is very problematic. And you might need to go take yourself some self-defense classes, because that doesn't sound right. Chelsea sends $5 and says, speak up for the rise of the feminine. Thank you. Absolutely. A change is upon us, because things could not stay the way they were before. Hey, Gloria has her first apple. Let's get this music on. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Gloria. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Josette said $5 and says, continue educating Black women. Absolutely. Chanel G says, love your content. Shaisha sends $3 and says, works crazy. Finally catch live content. Love you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're here too. This was a doozy of a boondoggle today. Goddess sends $5 and she says, thanks for continuing the message. Heart and stars. Thank you. Lauren sends $1. You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that, because the dollars, and so like when a person sends $1 like that just to support, I appreciate that, because 800 people on a broadcast, 900 people on a broadcast, if each person sends $1, then the content would be supported. So thank you. I really appreciate that. Khadijah says, would femicide be a thing if they liked us? You know, there's only certain men that commit femicide, but I think that femicide is a symptom of a much larger issue. And I don't think that men like women as the beings that we are and what it is that we have to offer outside of how they can gain from what it is that we have to offer. When you think about, there was a meme that went around and it was like, when you think about the sensitivity of women, when you think about the intuition of women, when you think about those things, when you think about, you know, the natural place that women have, our connection to nature, our connection to earth, our cycles with the moon, how we are more communal and how we support, you know, other women, and how we have this energy and this vibration of femininity as it is used to help the earth heal, to help and be in unison with the earth, right? Not just repairing broken men or letting them become born anew through our wombs, but the unique position that women play, the unique energy vibration that women have, so much so that when a woman is talking, that you hear her, that you respect her, that you let her speak, that you have reverence for her, right? Oh, goodness. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out. If you catch this broadcast afterwards and you want to send an apple after, if you want to go to Amazon and get my book, the link is in the description. You can also go to my website, TonyaTKO.com. And just stay tuned because I will be announcing the retreat soon. And there's only enough space for 15 women, so that is how we're doing it. 15 women behind the scenes out in nature. And then we're going to go from there. All right. I love you all very, very much. Go out there and love one another. But most importantly, what? Love yourself. And part of loving yourself is advocating for yourself, realizing that your life matters, your voice matters. Stop taking other people and their wishes and their wants into consideration that have nothing to do with you. Continue to push forward. Continue to stop giving undeserving people access to your time, your space, especially your womb, right? All right. All right. So somebody is saying interview high powered so she can explain it herself. What are we talking about? I don't understand what we're talking about right now. So I don't see high powered as being in the chat right now. So I don't know what we're talking about. So I'm looking in the chat. I don't see high powered here. So I am going to go ahead and we will, let's see. We will go out to the people. Thank you for everybody who came through. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, I appreciate all of you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Hey, my book. Hey. I will see you all in the next broadcast. Tonya TKO, and I am out. Peace, y'all.